Welcome to Legends on Wheels, the channel where we bring back the greatest rides in history, one legend at a time. Imagine a Mustang so wild, so rebellious, that even Ford's own engineers thought it was too much. A car born out of pure racing blood, shaped by a man who refused to follow the rules. This wasn't just another Mustang. This was the 1967 Shelby GT500, the beast that redefined muscle cars forever. The Mustang had already taken America by storm. It was stylish, affordable, and everywhere. But Carroll Shelby, the legendary Texan racer and builder, looked at the Mustang and thought, not enough. He didn't just want a car for the streets. He wanted a machine that could tear up drag strips, dominate racetracks, and still be driven home afterward. And so, the GT500 was born. Unlike the early GT350, which focused on handling and track precision, the GT500 was built for raw, unfiltered power. Under its long, aggressive hood sat a 428 cubic inch Police Interceptor V8, delivering 355 horsepower and over 420 pound-feet of torque. Numbers that, on paper, seem terrifying, and in real life, even scarier. The first time you turned the key, the engine didn't just start. It roared, shaking the ground beneath it. The GT500 wasn't a car you drove. It was a car you wrestled with, and if you weren't careful, it could bite back. But that danger, that was exactly what made it irresistible. The styling was equally bold. Dual racing stripes stretched across its body. A custom fiberglass nose gave it a meaner, longer profile. Twin scoops on the hood weren't just for show. They fed air into that monstrous V8. Every line, every curve screamed performance. This wasn't a car designed to blend in. It was built to stand out, to intimidate, to rule. On the streets, the Shelby GT500 became a symbol of rebellion. It wasn't the polished luxury of a Cadillac or the quiet confidence of a European sports car. No, the GT500 was loud, aggressive, unapologetic. It was a muscle car that demanded respect, or fear, depending on who you were. Hollywood, of course, couldn't resist. Decades later, the '67 GT500 became immortalized as Eleanor in the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. That film didn't just put the car back in the spotlight, it cemented it as one of the most iconic Mustangs in history. People who had never even heard of Carroll Shelby suddenly knew about the GT500. It wasn't just a car anymore, it was a legend. What made the GT500 so special wasn't just its power or looks, it was the philosophy behind it. Carroll Shelby refused to settle for good enough. He pushed the limits of what a Mustang could be, and in doing so, he inspired a new era of muscle cars. Without the GT500, who knows if cars like the Dodge Charger, Pontiac GTO, or even later Mustangs would have gone as far as they did. But here's the crazy part. Despite its legend, the '67 GT500 wasn't built in massive numbers. Only a few thousand were made, making it incredibly rare today. Collectors will pay hundreds of thousands, sometimes even over $1 million, to own one in pristine condition. Not because it's just another classic car, but because it represents a moment in history. A time when rules didn't matter, when speed was everything, and when one man's vision changed the game forever. And that's why the '67 Shelby GT500 remains more than just a Mustang. It's a symbol of rebellion, of power, of American car culture at its boldest. It didn't follow the rules. It rewrote them. If you're loving these deep dives into legendary rides, hit that like button and tell me. If you had the chance, would you dare to drive a GT500? Or would you just admire it from a safe distance? Make sure you subscribe to Legends on Wheels, because we've got plenty more stories of cars that shocked the world, broke the rules, and became icons. At the end of the day, the 1967 Shelby GT500 wasn't just a car, it was a challenge. A challenge to other automakers, a challenge to drivers, and a challenge to the idea of what a Mustang could be. And decades later, it's still winning.